The Canadian dollar is facing a tale of two trends. It's currently caught between the strengths and weaknesses of major global currencies. While the loonie has gained against a weakening US dollar, it's struggling against safe haven currencies like the Swiss franc and the Japanese yen. This mixed performance reflects the complex interplay of global economic fears and Canada's unique economic relationship with the United States. The Canadian dollar recently reached a 6-month high against the US dollar, trading at 1.3816 per USD. That translates to 72.38 US cents, marking a 3.5% gain for the loonie. This recent surge is largely attributed to investors pulling out of the US financial market. Concerns about economic and political stability in the US are driving investors towards perceived safer options, and the Canadian dollar has benefited in the short term. However, this positive trend for the loonie doesn't extend across the board. The Canadian dollar is facing headwinds against safe haven currencies. Against the Swiss franc, the loonie has dropped by 5.2% this month. Similarly, it's down 2.5% against the Japanese yen. This contrasting performance highlights the Canadian dollar's vulnerability in times of global uncertainty. The US dollar, typically viewed as a global reserve currency, is facing its own set of challenges. The US dollar index, which measures the greenback's value against a basket of major currencies, has plummeted by 8.5% this year. Several factors contribute to this decline, including ongoing trade tensions stemming from President Trump's policies and persistent market instability. Adding to the uncertainty, J.P. Morgan analysts recently raised their estimation of a U.S. recession occurring this year to a concerning 60%. This prediction, coupled with existing anxieties surrounding trade wars and political unpredictability, has led investors to seek refuge in more stable economies. As investors reduce their exposure to the U.S. dollar, the impact is felt across global currency markets. Safe haven currencies, such as the Swiss franc and the Japanese yen, are attractive to investors during times of economic turbulence. These currencies are associated with countries known for their strong legal systems, diversified economies, and significant net international investment positions. These nations often hold net lender status, further bolstering their image as stable and secure. While Canada possesses some of these characteristics, it falls short in key areas. The Canadian economy, with its heavy reliance on natural resources and exports, is perceived as more susceptible to global economic shocks. This vulnerability becomes particularly apparent during periods of heightened uncertainty, as investors gravitate towards the perceived safety and stability of established safe haven currencies. Canada's close economic ties to the United States, while beneficial in stable times, become a liability during periods of global turmoil. Canada's dependence on the U.S. for a significant portion of its export market makes the loonie particularly sensitive to shifts in the U.S. economy. This vulnerability is further exacerbated by Canada's frequent trade deficits and its smaller net creditor position compared to countries like Switzerland and Japan. The loonie is caught in the crosshairs of global trade tensions, notes Adam Button, chief currency strategist at Forex Live. Its close relationship with both the U.S. and global commodity markets makes it highly susceptible to shifts in risk appetite. This interconnectedness, while offering advantages in calmer economic climates, leaves the Canadian dollar exposed when global anxieties rise. The Canadian dollar's performance against the US dollar and safe haven currencies reflects the broader anxieties gripping the global economy. While the loonie benefits from the US dollar's current weakness, its vulnerability against safe haven currencies underscores Canada's dependence on the US and its susceptibility to global economic headwinds. As the world grapples with uncertainty, the loonie's performance serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of global markets and the importance of economic stability.